The first thing my mother said when she opened the door wasn't, "I missed you." It wasn't, "How was your flight?" It wasn't even, "Come in, you must be exhausted." She looked past my face, down at my suitcase, and said, "Good, you're here. You can watch the kids while we're gone." That was it. That was the moment something in me finally snapped. My name is Eleanor Price. I'm 31 years old. I live in Berlin. And like an absolute fool, I believed that coming home for Christmas might somehow be different this time. 2 nights earlier, my phone had lit up at 2:47 a.m. My mom was calling, crying, shaky FaceTime angle, mascara streaked down her cheeks. "We never see you anymore," she said. "The kids think you don't love them. This family needs you here." I just finished a brutal week at work. I was half asleep, emotionally soft, and stupidly hopeful. Against my better judgment, I booked the flight. 11 hours in economy. A missed connection. A dead phone. I arrived at my parents' house in Arizona, smelling like recycled air and burnt coffee, carrying gifts for my sister's kids, and a spine that felt like it had aged 10 years overnight. And that's when the door opened. No hug, no smile, just instructions. Behind my mom, my sister Rachel appeared, oversized sunglasses still on her face, rolling a carry-on toward the door. Her husband followed, kids bouncing around them like they were already on vacation. "Oh, hey," Rachel laughed. "Careful, kids. Aunt Ellie's tired. She might snap." They all laughed. I stood there, jet-lagged, thousands of dollars poorer, suddenly realizing I wasn't a guest. I was staff. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I smiled, stepped inside, and said one calm sentence. "Before anyone leaves, we need to talk." The laughter died instantly. To understand why that moment mattered, you have to know this wasn't new. My mom didn't suddenly miss me when she called that night. 2 weeks earlier, she'd sent screenshots of airline prices with messages like, "Can you believe how expensive this is?" and "Wish we could ever afford something nice." That's how it always started. Just a hint, just once, just this emergency. When my dad needed dental surgery, I paid. When Rachel's online boutique collapsed under credit card debt, I covered the balance. When the water heater died, the car broke down, or the mortgage came up short, I filled the gap. I lived in a 1-bedroom walk-up in Berlin. I cooked at home. I tracked my expenses obsessively. Meanwhile, I was paying for streaming services, phone plans, and grocery deliveries for a house I hadn't lived in for years. This time, though, I paid attention. Before booking my flight, I pulled 3 years of bank statements. Every transfer, every temporary fix, every "we'll pay you back." That's when I noticed something that made my stomach drop. An email from the bank, my name, on a mortgage. I hadn't imagined it. Years earlier, they'd added me as a co-signer just for paperwork, to get a better rate, to help the family. I'd been paying for a house I didn't own, didn't live in, and had never agreed to carry. So while my mom cried about missing me, I sat on my bed staring at numbers that told a very different story. I almost said no. Instead, I made a plan. I booked the flight. I booked a meeting with a financial advisor. I downloaded every receipt, and I prepared for the conversation they never expected. Back in the kitchen, a glossy itinerary sat on the counter. Resort photos, flight times, smiling stock image families. "This is why we needed you," my mom said, tapping it. "The kids will stay with you. We finally get a break." I asked everyone to sit down. They thought it was about babysitting rules. I opened my laptop. "Before you go," I said, "we need to talk about money." Rachel rolled her eyes. "Seriously? Right now?" I clicked open a spreadsheet. Dates, amounts, notes. 3 years of quiet support laid bare. "March," I said. "Mortgage shortfall, $1,100. June, Rachel's business debt, $2,400. August, utilities, $700. December, holiday emergency, $1,300. I scrolled slowly. Streaming services, cell phones, online shopping charges that always lined up with sales. My dad's face tightened. Rachel stopped scrolling her phone. My mom covered her mouth. At the bottom, the total glowed in bold. $58,900. "That's how much I've sent this household in 36 months, I said quietly. My mom whispered, "That can't be right." "It is," I replied. "And it doesn't include the mortgage." I slid printed papers across the table. This isn't a lawsuit, I said. It's acknowledgement that this wasn't a gift. That repayment starts slowly, whatever you can manage. My dad slammed his hand on the table. We're family. You don't do this to family. Family doesn't put their daughter on a mortgage without telling her, I said. Silence. Then I opened another tab. Their resort booking, my credit card, status, canceled. You can't do that, Rachel said, standing. I already did, I replied. 3 days ago. My mom's knees buckled into a chair. There is no vacation, I said. Not on my money. Not ever again. My dad stood up, furious. That house, I continued, opening the bank email, is tied to my credit, and I'm done carrying it. I started a video call. My advisor appeared on screen. She explained calmly what co-signing meant, how missed payments affected me, what happens when someone requests removal. My mom shook her head. We can't afford this. That's between you and the bank, the advisor said gently. I ended the call. I'm stopping all payments, I said. Utilities, streaming, mortgage supplements, everything. Rachel panicked. You can't pull everything at once. You're 35, I said. It's time. I canceled the autopays one by one. Confirmation emails chimed like punctuation. My dad called me cruel. No, I said. I'm done being invisible. I picked up my suitcase. If you tell people I abandoned you, I added, I'll show them everything. Get out, my dad snapped, so I did. I didn't go to a hotel. 6 months earlier, I'd bought a small condo downtown. Quietly, carefully, it was mine. That night, sitting on the floor with cheap coffee and no furniture, I canceled the last loose ends. Disney Plus, Hulu, Spotify, cloud storage. Each cancellation felt like breathing again. A week later, my friend sent me a screenshot, my dad's Facebook post. Some children forget who raised them, left us with nothing right before Christmas. The comments hurt. I didn't respond. I documented. Soon after, the letters started arriving at their house. From the bank, from utility companies, from agencies asking questions. Rachel finally met me for coffee weeks later. I didn't get it, she admitted. I thought you'd always fix it. I can't, I said. Not anymore. Life adjusted. They sold things. They downsized. They struggled. And I slept through the night for the first time in years. Near Christmas, my mom showed up at my door. She looked tired, smaller. She handed me a check. Not much, but real. We used you, she said quietly. I'm sorry. I didn't cash it right away. I just needed to see the effort. That Christmas, I sat alone in my condo, lights glowing softly, no obligations pulling at me. And for the first time, I didn't feel guilty. Here's the truth I learned the hard way. Family isn't defined by how much you give until you bleed. Love doesn't demand silence or sacrifice without consent. And boundaries don't destroy relationships. They reveal which ones were real. So ask yourself this. If the people draining your peace share your last name, would you keep paying just to be called loyal? Or would you finally choose yourself?